Let me hit you with a harsh truth. Most guys think attraction is about money, looks, or saying the perfect line. But none of that matters if her nervous system doesn't feel right with you. Because women don't choose with logic, they choose with feeling. Have you ever been around a guy who barely says a word, yet women seem hypnotized by him? They laugh at his jokes, even when they aren't funny. They lean in, touch his arm, seek his approval. And he's not trying hard. He's not chasing. He's not reciting some cringy pickup line. He's embodying a hidden psychological loop, one that triggers safety, intrigue, and desire in the female brain. Most people never hear about this loop, but today, you will. Because when you master it, everything changes. Let's start with the basics. A woman's attraction center isn't in her logical mind. It's buried deep in her limbic system, the primal brain. That part of her mind has one job: survival. When you meet her, she's not consciously thinking, is he tall enough? Does he have a good job? Her subconscious is screaming, can I relax here, or do I need to stay guarded? This decision happens in seconds, and once it's made, it's nearly impossible to reverse. That's why so many guys find themselves in the friend zone, even though they're funny, smart, and successful. Because once she categorizes you as safe but boring, or fun but weak, her brain shuts down romantic possibility. Your words won't save you. Your gifts won't change her mind. The only way to flip that switch is to bypass her conscious mind and speak directly to her subconscious. So what is this loop? It's simple. It's what every high-status man does without thinking, and it's why women respond differently to him, instantly. I call it the calm lead anchor loop. But don't memorize words. Understand the mechanics. Calm. You're unhurried. Your movements are economical. You're not scanning the room looking for approval. You're not vibrating with nervous energy. You look like you've seen it all before, because that's what authority feels like. Lead. You don't ask for permission with your tone. You don't soften statements to avoid offense. You don't seek her agreement before sharing your perspective. You guide the conversation. You decide where things go. Leadership without arrogance. Anchor. Your reactions don't fluctuate wildly. If someone laughs at you or challenges you, your energy doesn't spike. You remain steady, consistent. Your tone, body, and eyes are aligned. She can feel your stability. She starts regulating her emotions off your energy. Combine these three, and you do something rare. You give her nervous system a break. The rich and powerful naturally embody this loop. Why? Because when you've spent years controlling resources, making decisions, and facing high-stakes situations, your mind collects proof. Proof that you can handle chaos. Proof that when things go wrong, you find solutions. Proof that you don't need to chase approval, because you are the approval. Their calm doesn't come from a fake mindset affirmation. It comes from a deep library of real experiences where they were tested and came out on top. That's why they don't flinch at social tension. They don't rush to fill silence. They don't over-explain or panic when someone disagrees. They've internalized that the world adapts to them, not the other way around. And when your mind has proof that you've got this, when it knows based on 100 past moments that you can handle anything, your nervous system doesn't spike. Your energy stays relaxed. Your presence feels unshakable. That's why a billionaire can sit quietly in a room and still dominate it. That's why executives command attention without saying a word. That's why the wealthy move slowly, speak sparingly, and appear effortlessly composed. They don't do it because they practiced attraction hacks. They do it because life proved to them they don't need to flinch. But here's what no one tells you. You don't need millions to project this. You can build the same proof for yourself. One conversation, one decision, one moment of holding your frame at a time. Train your nervous system to stay calm. Lead conversations with certainty. Anchor your reactions until they become your default. Once you master this loop, attraction and influence stop being an accident. They become inevitable. Most guys try to be exciting, mysterious, or edgy to catch her attention. But what actually draws women in is emotional predictability, not boringness, but steadiness. Imagine you're in a stormy sea. Waves are crashing everywhere. Suddenly you see a lighthouse, steady, unwavering. What do you feel? Relief, safety, hope. That's what you need to be. The lighthouse in her emotional storm. When she tests you, you don't flinch. When she shares something vulnerable, you don't overreact. When the conversation goes silent, you're comfortable in that pause. This consistency tells her subconscious, he's not controlled by emotion. He can handle mine. That's rare, and it's magnetic. Most men lose the loop before they even speak. They rush their words, they jump in to fill silences, they adjust their tone to seek her approval. But if you want her to feel drawn to you, you have to slow yourself down completely. Move like you're underwater. Every gesture and every turn of your head. Keep everything unhurried, deliberate, as if you have all the time in the world. That's what projects calm authority. Then use statements instead of questions. Compare, do you like this bar versus this bar has a vibe you'd love. One asks for approval, the other guides. When you state instead of ask, you set the frame. You invite her into your world instead of stepping into hers. Combine that with a calm voice, steady eye contact, and subtle, confident expressions, and she'll feel herself naturally relaxing into your energy. Eye contact is the single strongest way to anchor the loop, but not aggressive, wide-eyed staring. That's threatening. You want soft, unbroken eye contact, like you're observing her, not performing for her. Hold it just a second longer than feels comfortable. This communicates two things. You're not intimidated by her beauty, you're comfortable in your own skin. Both signals her subconscious to let go of tension. But here's the key, your eyes must match your vibe. If your body is restless, but your eyes are intense, she'll feel something's off. When your body, eyes, and words are congruent, you become hypnotic. Many behavioral analysts teach interrogators to read micro-expressions. These are tiny flashes of emotion most people miss. But you can flip that skill to project subtle, irresistible emotion. When she shares something silly or self-deprecating, let your smile rise slowly, not instantly. This shows you process before reacting. It's a sign of intelligence and control. When you disagree, tilt your head slightly instead of shaking it. This keeps things playful, not combative. Micro-expressions are like seasoning. They're subtle, but they completely change the flavor of an interaction. Master them, and your face becomes a silent conversation. In every interaction, there's an invisible script. A frame. She has a frame. You have a frame. The strongest frame wins. Most guys enter her frame. Do you like me? Am I good enough? What do you think? But high-value men invite her into their frame. You seem fun to bring on adventures. You strike me as someone who can't hide what they're feeling. See the difference? You're not trying to prove yourself. You're inviting her to prove she belongs in your world. That flips the dynamic, and it makes her feel challenged. In a good way. Every woman worth your time will test you. It's not because she's mean, it's instinct. She needs to know if your confidence is real or fragile. She might tease you, disagree sharply, or question your motives. Most guys crumble. They get defensive, over-explain, or shut down. You stay unmoved, smile, tease back, or simply shrug. Your calmness says, I'm unshakable. And here's what happens next. Her subconscious lights up with signals of safety and strength. She feels her guard melting. She starts leaning in because you passed the test she didn't even know she was giving. Why do you think certain politicians, celebrities, or influencers can attract millions even when they're controversial? They project this same loop: calm, certainty, emotional control. They don't flinch under attack. They don't overreact when challenged. They seem predictable, and the human brain craves that predictability. This loop is used in ads, media, even cults, to draw people in and make them feel safe while surrendering their critical thinking. But when you use it ethically, you can build real connections. You're not manipulating, you're creating space for authentic attraction. You can't fake this, you must train it. Here's how to start today. Practice silence. Spend 10 minutes each morning sitting still, breathing deeply. Learn to be comfortable without sound or distraction. Record your voice. Listen to how fast you speak. Slow it down by 20%. Add deliberate pauses. Film yourself walking into a room. Do you rush, slouch, fidget? Practice moving with intention. Shoulders back, chest open, unhurried steps. Speak with statements. Replace questions with observations. Instead of, do you like this place? Say, this place has an energy that matches yours. Do these daily. They'll rewire your nervous system until your presence alone projects calm, clarity, and control. You don't need lines, you don't need tactics, you don't need to chase. You need to become the man who leads himself first. When you embody the calm lead anchor loop, you make women feel what they crave most: safety in your energy, excitement in your presence, and certainty in your direction. You stop chasing attraction and start commanding it. And the best part, you don't just attract women, you attract respect, opportunities, and a life of unshakable power. So start today, because when you become the man who owns his mind, the world and the right woman can't help but follow.